hey guys, we're going to continue with romance. We're going to start on the second page. The second page at the end of the first line goes to the key of E major, 4 sharps. We were in the key of E minor before. And what we're going to do, we're just going to work on the second line and third line on the second page. I'll be posting some more YouTubes for those of you who want to get ahead, but it becomes a little bit more difficult, especially in the left hand here. But the payoff is huge. This is a great piece of music, and you'll really enjoy and be glad that you've learned it. So let's get started, okay? First of all, I'm going to move the camera so you can see my hands a little bit better. Of course, you have the music, so you don't really need my hands, but yeah, just in case. Okay, let's see if I can get that camera angle just right for you guys. Okay, that's pretty close. Let me move back just a little bit. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start on line 2. Since we have sharps, now we have to think about the different sharps. We have to think F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and D sharp. So when you see the notes on the page, for those of you who are really reading it, which is fantastic, just remember those sharps. So the first shape is going to be, my little finger is going to be on the 4th fret G sharp, and then my first finger is going to be on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string G sharp as well. Now our right hand pattern doesn't really change. We're going to pluck the 2 first notes with our P and our A finger, followed by M and I. So it's almost like the aguada backwards, okay? So the first measure goes. Okay, I don't move anything on the left hand. That's the first measure, okay? Now, all I do to play the second measure is my second finger is going to go to F sharp here, and then it's going to be going to an E open, so just a 1-finger chord there, okay? So it'll go, here's the second measure of the second line. It goes. So sorry about that. Okay, so the first and second measure together are. Okay, third measure, we got to go to a bar chord, okay? So the bar chord, we're going to bar everything on the 2nd fret, okay? And then our third finger is going to play F sharp on the 4th string, 4th fret. Our little finger is going to play an E on the 2nd string, 5th fret. Okay, I'm going to use this finger to help push that bar down because we got to hold it for a minute. Now this would be sort of a, well, it would be a B sus chord, a B7 sus. So what we're going to do is all we have to do to play that last measure is do this big bar, and I'm going to play it slowly. Now my A finger is on the 2nd string, my thumb is going to stay on the 6th. Still we're going to go P or A, M, I after we pluck both strings together. All right, so here is the last measure of line 2, or the third measure. So what I'm going to do is my little finger is going to slide from an E to a D sharp. It's going to go. Okay, now when we go to the next line, we're still going to hold this bar shape. Okay, so the next line, all we're going to do is our 4th finger will stay on the 4th fret D sharp, and then it's going to go down to the 3rd fret, which is actually would be a C double sharp if you're thinking in the key of E. But we don't worry about that. C double sharp is the same as D. So all we're going to do, starting from the 3rd measure of the 2nd line on the 2nd page, we're going to go. My little finger moves. One more time. I know this finger may be in the way, so I'm going to try to hide it over here, okay? So it's going to be 3rd measure of the 2nd line. So my 3rd finger never moves. My little finger moves from E to D sharp, and then my 2nd finger is going to play the C double sharp, which is the same as D, okay? And we kind of know this shape is sort of familiar, okay? Now, the next shape is kind of a tricky one, but all we have to do is slide our bar where our fingers are sort of almost in the right place. So here we go, 3rd measure of the 2nd line. Now, all I'm going to do is shift this bar all the way up to fret 7, and I'm going to drop my second finger right here on D sharp, which is fret 8 of the 3rd string, and I'm going to have my little finger playing C sharp, which is fret 9 of the 1st string. And the nice thing about this is all I have to do is stretch this finger to play the rest of the measure. So I'm going to start in measure 2 of the 3rd line on the 2nd page. Now stretch. So I went from C sharp to D sharp. Now notice I had to strike that bass string again. So and you could hear me kind of pull the string a little bit out of tune a little bit. So let me try the 2nd and the 3rd line together. This is this week's exercise. Here we go. Ready? Oops. So it's kind of a quick move. The best way to practice it is super slow. So if I'm going really slow, even slower right here. Now I'm going to really slow down. And you can even do just the shift. You can practice going from here, wrong chord. So just work slowly and accurately, and you'll get this in a relatively short amount of time. All right, look forward to your submissions, and really hope you guys are having fun with this. This is a great piece of music. I think you'll be glad you invested the time. All right, we'll see you, and I'll put up another video soon and finish the piece out. It is hard. The 2nd page is difficult, but with a little perseverance, you'll get it. Okay, good luck, guys.